The sun's not shining anymore. Your boat is docked too far offshore. Well, I've got 3 more lies to tell to you. So here we go again. You hear me on the radio. You put me in your VCR on a TV screen. And save me for later until no one's watching. What more is never enough to stop the bleeding.
I've been looking forward to this movie for so long. It's called The Butler. I've been, it's Lee Daniels, The Butler. I've been wanting to see that for a long time. I thought it opened last weekend, but it didn't. It was just this weekend, so I found that kind of odd. But first of all, it's about a. I bet I'll give a quick synopsis of the movie, I guess, really quick. It's about a butler who works for the White House as a butler, and it follows his whole life, his whole career, and it goes through different time periods. So it goes all the way from Dwight Eisenhower administration to Ronald Reagan, and then it goes on to modern day. But he got out of being a butler when Reagan was president. So, and if it's windy, I'm sorry about the audio. But it's a really good story. It's about civil rights. It's about racism. And it's a deep movie. It tugs on the emotions, and I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. The style of the movie, and it went right along with the time periods that it portrayed, and they did a really good job with some of the like a lot of the costume too, as the butler played by Forrest, Whitaker. They did a really good job aging him. He went from a young guy to balding to looking pretty old. So the music, the score of the movie, I give a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I take that back. I'll give it a 4.0 out of 5 stars. The score was really good, but could have been maybe a little bit better. But the score was good, 4.0 out of 5 stars. The actors, that this movie truly hit a grand slam with the actors. You have Robin Williams playing Dwight Eisenhower. You have Oprah playing the butler's wife. And I believe Oprah should get some Oscar buzz from this. I think she did. Oprah Winfrey is a natural actor. I think she did an outstanding job, and I wish she was in more movies, but she did awesome. Jane Fonda played Nancy Reagan, and it was only it was probably about a 5-minute part on camera. She did awesome. Mariah Carey was at the beginning, very short role. She did okay, because there wasn't really much. But at the same time, I don't think they should have cast her. I have a casting issue with her, but not enough to take the ranking down from 5 to 4 stars or something. They also have Cuba Gooding Jr. As always, he was outstanding. But anyway, John Cusack did an awesome job. You have just an all-star cast. I give it a 5.0 in stars. Awesome job. The plot, like I was telling you, 5 stars. I love how they followed his life. They started at the beginning, went to the end, and it really did a good job depicting the struggles during the civil rights era and like in the 60s, and just all kinds of great stuff. I mean, it did a really good job making each character significant, and the plot, it kept building up, and it was just a really good plot from the start to finish. Really good. Okay, so I give The Message a 4.5 out of 5. The only reason why I don't give The Message a 5 is because I had issues with the ending, and I'm not really going to go into detail to why that is. It's just it was just a little political at the end, I think, and just too political. But well, they had no choice but to do it that way. But still, I don't know. I mean, that's just my personal views it's affecting. But The Message was really good. I mean, I couldn't imagine being a African American in this country back in the 60s. Or any time before. I don't think we could ever relate to it or imagine how bad it was, but I know it was bad, and I love all races as much as myself, and it's a strong message. You know, it sends that message, and you can't take away from that message. I mean, it's just like the Bible says, love thy neighbor as thyself, and you have to love everybody as much as yourself. Well, this movie did a really good job getting that message across, and I mean, it was a lot of stuff was painful to watch, and you know, it was painful, but it's necessary. Sometimes, especially in a historical context, I think it's okay to show some rough stuff on film, you know, to get the point across, you know, to get that message across. And that leads me right up into the family-friendly rating, and I'm going to give it a 4.0. The reason why I give it a 4.0 is because, you know, they use the N-word a lot. And but I think it's okay to use it in a historical context as long as the movie's historically accurate. I have no problem with that. I mean, I would never say it, but in a movie showing just like I was telling you, the pain, I mean, of what African Americans in this country suffered through, like in the 60s and the civil rights movement and stuff like that. I think it's often necessary to show that to get the point across, or the message, just like I was telling you. But it ain't suitable for kids under 13, probably. But a teenager, I think it's good to show them that, just so they don't forget. But you know, I don't think a society should ever forget what happened in the past to minorities in this country, and so that's the only reason why I didn't give it a 5, is because you can't really take little kids to see it, I don't think. But teenagers up, it's awesome. So if you have kids who are teenagers, taking them to the movie, I highly suggest. So I definitely think it's family friendly. And then the editing was excellent, 5.0. I mean, he didn't have just smooth transitions throughout the movie, and it was just awesome. So my overall rating of the Butler is 5, and I highly suggest going to see it. But like I said, keep the little kids at home, take them to a babysitter or something. And but I'll give you what I rank it out of 5 stars right now. I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. But other than that, yeah, I think that's it. 2 thumbs up too, right? Definitely 2 thumbs up. But I highly recommend the Butler. Go see it, go check it out. I think it's worth the money to go see it in the theater, and most definitely worth the money to buy it when it comes out on DVD and Blu-ray. Until then, see ya.
The sun's not shining anymore. Your boat is docked too far offshore. Well, I've got 3 more lies to tell to you.
Man, when you shoot outside, that's what you get bugs. I think something just flew down my shoulder. Holy cow. I don't know.
Again, you hear me on the radio.